The 1990s were a golden era for sleeper cars. Those seemingly ordinary vehicles hiding serious power beneath the hood. From stealthy sedans to unassuming hatchbacks, these rides looked tame but could take off like a rocket, leaving unsuspecting drivers in the dust. Number 8. 1999 Ford Taurus SHO. At first glance, the 1999 Ford Taurus SHO might seem like just another family sedan you'd spot on a quiet suburban street. But under its modest shell lies one of Ford's rarest and most intriguing creations. Only 3,300 units were ever produced. By the time this third-generation SHO rolled out between 1996 and 1999, it had already earned a reputation. But this version stood out for more than just performance. It ditched the boxy styling of earlier models for a sleeker, more rounded body. While it wasn't winning beauty contests, that subtle look was exactly what made it a perfect sleeper. Easily mistaken for an everyday Taurus unless you knew what to look for. It came with small but purposeful changes: alloy wheels, sportier seats, and unique bumpers. Ford even added a clever wind deflector to the driver's side wiper to keep it steady at high speeds. A hint that this car was built for more than grocery runs. Now here's where it gets interesting: the engine. This was the only generation of the SHO powered by a V8, producing 235 horsepower. Developed in partnership with Yamaha, the engine gave the Taurus real muscle. But it wasn't without flaws. Some owners experienced serious issues with the camshaft and sprocket after around 50,000 miles. While the problem only affected about 1,200 of the 20,000 units produced, it's something to be aware of if you're eyeing a used one today. Despite its performance, the SHO's popularity faded. Sales peaked in 1997 with just 9,000 units, and by 1999, Ford pulled the plug. The company was shifting its focus toward luxury brands like Lincoln and Jaguar, and the SHO didn't fit the new direction. It may not have been the most reliable or best-selling model, but the 1999 Ford Taurus SHO remains a rare gem, a V8 powered sleeper that flew under the radar. Number 7. 1992 GMC Typhoon. Next up, the 1992 GMC Typhoon, an SUV you've probably never heard of, but definitely should have. With only 2,200 made, this beast is one of the rarest performance SUVs ever built. At a glance, it looked like a typical two-door SUV. But under the hood, it packed the same turbocharged 4.3-liter V6 as the legendary GMC Cyclone pickup, cranking out 280 horsepower and 350 lb-ft of torque. That's enough to embarrass many sports cars from the same era. 0 to 60 miles per hour? Just 5.3 seconds. Quarter mile? 14.1 seconds. Quicker than an Acura NSX. This SUV wasn't playing around. Visually, the Typhoon made statement. Wide tires, a menacing stance, blacked out details, and a fully loaded black leather interior screamed performance and attitude. And to launch it properly, you had to know the trick. Left foot on the brake for the gas until the boost gauge hit the top, then let go. And boom, it was gone. Despite its speed and swagger, the Typhoon stayed under the radar. It wasn't built for towing or utility, and many people didn't get why an SUV needed to be that fast. But for those who drove it, it was a revelation. The Typhoon didn't follow the rules, it rewrote them. Number 6. 1995 Ford F-150 SVT Lightning. Coming in at number 6 is the first-generation Ford F-150 SVT Lightning, a high-performance pickup truck that most people have never even heard of. Produced between 1993 and 1995, only 11,563 were made, making it one of the hidden treasures of the automotive world. This wasn't just a regular work truck. Ford's Special Vehicle Team, SVT, built the Lightning to go head-to-head with performance vehicles like the GMC Cyclone and Chevrolet 454 SS. It had all the strength and durability you'd expect from an F-Series, but it was also quick and agile, a true performance machine in a pickup body. The SVT Lightning was Ford's answer to performance trucks like the Chevrolet 454 SS. Its mission? To deliver Mustang-level performance with the rugged capability of a full-size pickup. Under the hood, Ford equipped the Lightning with a specially tuned 351 cubic inch Windsor V8, pushing out 240 horsepower and 340 lb-ft of torque. That kind of power launched the truck from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 7.6 seconds. Remember, this is a pickup, not a sports car. With a top speed of 110 miles per hour, it was no slouch. What really set the Lightning apart was its engineering. A 4-speed automatic transmission paired with an auxiliary oil cooler helped maintain performance under pressure. It was built to be quick, responsive, and tough, a true game-changer for trucks in the mid-90s. Yet, despite all this, the Lightning flew under the radar. Performance trucks weren't mainstream back then, and many people didn't know what to make of a pickup that could go toe-to-toe with sports cars. In 1995, Ford produced just 2,280 units, making it one of the rarest performance trucks from the era. It may not have had the high-tech features of today's trucks, but the first-gen Lightning set the stage. It delivered real performance without sacrificing its workhorse DNA. And while it didn't get the recognition it deserved at the time, today it's seen as a forgotten icon, a true blend of muscle and utility. Number 5. 1990 Mercury Cougar XR7. The 1990 Mercury Cougar XR7 is a forgotten gem, a car that combined muscle, tech, and luxury in a sleek mid-size package. But with only 841 units produced, it remains one of the rarest and most underrated American performance cars of its time. To the untrained eye, it looked like any other cruiser. But under the hood, a supercharged 3.8-liter V6, pumping out 210 horsepower and 315 lb-ft of torque. That kind of output gave it serious speed and made it more than capable of hanging with some of the biggest names of the era. It wasn't just about power. The XR7 handled like a dream, thanks to its fully independent suspension and 4-wheel disc brakes with anti-lock control. The Cougar could carve through corners with poise. It even came with a 5-speed manual transmission for drivers who wanted more control, though a 4-speed automatic was also available for those seeking comfort. What really made the XR7 stand out was its tech. The suspension was automatically adjustable. Set it to firm for spirited driving or let it shift to comfort mode on the fly. The onboard computer could detect changes in weight or sharp cornering and instantly adapt to keep the ride smooth and stable. And don't forget the intercooler, which helped keep the supercharged engine running cool and efficiently. Pair all that with a rear-wheel drive setup, and you had a machine that balanced power, handling, and refinement, something incredibly rare for the time. Despite all these innovations, the XR7 remained in the shadows. People just weren't ready for a luxury performance sedan from Mercury, and it quietly faded into obscurity. But if you're lucky enough to find one today, you've stumbled upon a true automotive treasure, a car that was way ahead of its time and still impressive even by today's standards. Number 4. 1995 Ford Thunderbird SC. The 1995 Ford Thunderbird Super Coupe, or SC, is one of those rare machines that just never got the recognition it truly deserved. Only 574 units were built that year, making it as elusive as a needle in a haystack. At first glance, it looked like your average cruiser. Smooth lines, low stand, sleek styling. But this car was a true sleeper, hiding some serious performance beneath that refined exterior. Step on the gas, and it revealed its true character. Under the hood, the Thunderbird SC packed a supercharged 3.8-liter V6, boosted by an Eden M90 Roots-type supercharger and larger fuel injectors. It pushed out 230 horsepower and 330 lb-ft of torque, offering torque-heavy acceleration that could surprise just about anyone. Even better, it was available with a 5-speed manual transmission, giving driving enthusiasts something to truly enjoy. But what really made the SC ahead of its time was its independent rear suspension, a rarity for American cars of the era. While most competitors were still stuck with solid rear axles, the Thunderbird SC delivered a ride that was both smooth and composed through corners. It was performance and comfort rolled into one unique package. Now, it wasn't perfect. The interior was underwhelming, high-bolstered sport seats that didn't scream luxury, and a cabin design that felt more function than flash. But that's because this car wasn't built for showroom flash. It was built for the road. Externally, the SC maintained that distinct Thunderbird look, sleek, low-slung, with slim horizontal headlights and a purposeful grille that helped keep that supercharged engine cool. So, why didn't it make a bigger splash? Internal issues at Ford, high production costs, and a heavier-than-expected design meant it didn't get the marketing push it needed. It ended up being the black sheep of the Thunderbird lineup. Today, it's a forgotten performance icon, a rare combination of muscle, sophistication, and sleeper style. If you're lucky enough to come across one, you found a true, underappreciated legend from the 90s. Number 3. 1993 Oldsmobile Achieva SCX. Most people have never even heard of the 1993 Oldsmobile Achieva SCX. And that's exactly what makes it such a hidden gem. With only 500 units ever made, this car is more elusive than many so-called collector's items. But why should you care about this forgotten compact? Because the SCX wasn't just a dressed-up sedan. It was a performance-focused machine built for serious drivers. Let's start with what mattered most, the powertrain. The SCX featured a highly tuned quad-4 engine, delivering between 190 to 200 horsepower, depending on the spec. For a small, lightweight compact in the early 90s, that was impressive. It could hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in as little as 8.5 seconds and top out around 120 miles per hour, numbers that put it in the same league as some more well-known sports compacts of the day. Buyers had the choice of a 3-speed automatic or a much more engaging 5-speed manual, giving both casual drivers and gearheads something to appreciate. And it came with front-wheel drive, which made it easy to handle and predictable on the road, especially in poor weather. Looks-wise, the SCX kept things subtle. It didn't scream for attention with oversized spoilers or aggressive body kits. Instead, it had sportier bumpers, a bit of side cladding, and an understated stance that hinted at the performance within. Inside, it was practical. The cabin offered durable fabric or leather upholstery, an optional sunroof, and a design focused on driver comfort. No frills, just clean, functional design. One of its most overlooked features? Optional ABS brakes across all trims, a forward-thinking touch that wasn't common in compact cars at the time. Sadly, most people just weren't looking for a performance compact from Oldsmobile. The SCX came and went without fanfare, overlooked, underrated, and ultimately forgotten by most. But for those in the know, the Achieva SCX remains one of the most intriguing sleeper compacts of the 90s, a blend of rarity, performance, and subtle design that's still worth celebrating today. Number 2. 1992 Dodge Spirit R/T. At first glance, the 1992 Dodge Spirit R/T looks like nothing more than a boxy, plain Jane family sedan. But under that unassuming skin lies one of the most underrated performance cars of the early 90s. This car was a true sleeper, built not to impress with looks, but to deliver serious speed. Under the hood sat a Turbo 3 engine, a turbocharged intercooled 2.2-liter inline-4 that churned out an impressive 224 horsepower. To put that into perspective, this four-banger could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.8 seconds, quicker than a BMW M5 or a Nissan 300ZX Turbo of the same era. Let that sink in a mid-size American sedan that could outrun European sports cars. And it weighed over 3,000 pounds. This engine wasn't just slapped together either. It had twin balance shafts, dual overhead cams, and performance engineering that made it feel more like a rally-bred machine than a family car. But here's the twist. While the US market got the Spirit R/T in just a few basic colors, red, white, and silver, the Mexican market got something even better. Sold under the Chrysler name, not Dodge. These models came with leather seats, a sunroof, larger wheels, and a wider range of paint colors. Think of it as the Spirit R/T with a luxury twist, and even more exclusivity. Only around 1,400 units were ever built, and far fewer exist today. It was a rare car then. It's a unicorn now. Despite its specs, the Spirit R/T never quite caught on. It was overlooked due to its bland exterior, a lack of marketing, and being sold during a time when American sedans weren't known for performance. But for those in the know, it's one of the most formidable and forgotten American performance cars of the 90s. A wolf in sheep's clothing, hiding in plain sight. Number 1. 1994 to 1996 Chevrolet Impala SS. When it comes to 90s sleeper cars, the Chevrolet Impala SS from 1994 to 1996 takes the crown. At a glance, it looked like a mild-mannered full-size sedan. Big, quiet, comfortable. But behind that subtle exterior was a car that was purpose-built for muscle. Let's start with what's under the hood. The legendary LT1 5.7-liter V8, straight from the Corvette, making 260 horsepower and 330 lb-ft of torque. That's some serious grunt, especially for a car this size. Paired with a 4-speed automatic, it delivered smooth, effortless acceleration and could devour the highway with ease. But the Impala SS wasn't just about straight-line speed. Chevy gave it a performance-tuned suspension, beefed-up shocks, larger disc brakes, and a lower stance that gave it solid handling and confident road presence. On the outside, it ditched chrome for a monotone color scheme, body color trim, a subtle rear spoiler, and 17-inch alloy wheels. In 1994, it came exclusively in black, giving it a sleek, menacing vibe. By 1995, Chevy introduced 2 new shades, dark cherry metallic and dark green gray metallic, understated but bold. Inside was pure comfort, big, supportive seats, premium sound, and enough room to stretch out. It wasn't flashy, but it didn't need to be. This was a grown-up muscle car, fast, comfortable, and smooth. What's even more impressive is how easy it is to upgrade. With just a few simple mods like a computer chip-tuned cold air intake or upgraded exhaust, you could easily push it past 300 horsepower. And if you really wanted to go wild, you could build it up to 400 horsepower or more. There's an entire enthusiast community behind this car, with tons of aftermarket support. Still, the Impala SS never quite hit mainstream fame. It came out at a weird time between the muscle car eras, and many just didn't know what it really was. But those who own one, they know. The 94 to 96 Impala SS is one of the greatest sleeper cars of the 90s, a rare blend of power, comfort, and potential. Understated on the outside, unleashed on the inside. So which of these 90s sleeper cars surprised you the most? Was it the luxury tweak Spirit or /T from Mexico? The Corvette-powered Impala SS? Or one of the rare gems earlier in the list? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this trip down performance memory lane, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss the next ride. This is Regal Rides, where we bring hidden classics back into the spotlight.